Hello and welcome to another Slay the Spire video. So today we have the Silence. Our last couple of runs haven't been that great, but hopefully we can improve them today. We do have to hopefully get some luck from this giant whale. I mean, he's literally a giant whale. I don't know what else you'd call him. Common relic seems good. +2 at the start of every combat. It's a little healing, so that's fine. Don't really want to go any of these directions, but I think going up through there is my better choice, as it does mean I get to heal, although I don't get to fight as many elites, so really a tricky one. I think we'll decide here where we want to go. Whether we want to split into the elite path or whether we want to just take the non-elite path. Okay, so pretty standard 18 damage turn, nothing too impressive. And a really solid one, honestly, being able to just defend and throw as much damage as we can. So our opponent's just boosting again. Always fun when that happens. But we should be able to kill him this turn, so no negative effects for us. Nice dagger spray, love that card. Upgrade 2 random cards, lose 14 HP. I don't think I want to do that yet. I really don't like losing HP as the Silent. I always feel really bad when I do. Dagger spray actually seems okay. And I'll probably just double block here and attack them next turn. Probably just block it. I mean, we can't attack, so we definitely had to block. Another dagger spray. Pretty easy victory there. Cloak and dagger, reflex. Reflex isn't something I usually see used. Although it could be interesting. Normally I go with well-laid plans because retaining a card is usually the better option, which I think I'm going to just take anyway. So now we have to decide, where do we want to go with this? This is kind of an important decision to make. Shiv, deal 3 additional damage. I like that power, but we don't really have a Shiv deck, otherwise I should have taken the other one. I think we will just dump one of these strikes for now. I really don't like running the strikes much. We're going to take this path. We're going to go for the elite here. Lose 3 HP, find a relic. Nope. Lose 4 HP, find a relic. Okay, success. And it worked out really nicely, boosting us right back up. Do have to deal with these artifacts though, so we really want a nice hand here. I think we lower this guy, well, mainly just hit him. We can just save a block, so sounds good. We'll retain a block because there's no point discarding a card. Okay, dazed, that's fine, and double hit. Looks pretty nice. Only unfortunate part now is that I can't actually kill them this turn, so we may just leave the 16 damage and take 11 of it. I think I can handle that. I could have blocked 10, but I think getting the damage is going to be more important. I did leave this guy because I believe I'll just take him out with 2 hits next turn probably instead. And then basically just avoid this damage altogether, which worked out really well. I think we'll block. We'll block, take 3, keep a strike. Next turn we should draw pretty well. Hopefully we don't draw too many dazes though. How to handle this turn? There isn't much I can actually do that would be too substantial, although I would like to deal as much as I can. I think taking 8 is fine. Alright, we get to lower that and probably just block on the discard. I don't really have any other reason to do anything this turn. Those dazes really screwed me. Don't like getting dazed too much. Okay. A nice hit, but nothing too substantial, and we just hold one. Oh wow, this is bad. Very bad hand. Too many dazes, it's the only reason I don't like these things. At least we do basically block their damage every single turn at this point. So it's not a big deal, it's just kind of irritating. Finally! There we go. That's all I wanted. And Smiling Mask. Nice. Makes everything just that little bit cheaper. Flying Knee or Outmaneuver. I do like Outmaneuver. Especially if I can get it for free. That's when I really like Outmaneuver. Gain gold, lose HP. Alrighty. We're going to a rest site and we're going to rest anyway, so we'll gain 23 back, which is fine. Nearly at max standard health. Oddly Shaped Stone. All our defenses are now a lot better. Remove a card from your deck, lose 7 HP. Worth it. Where do I want to take this? Probably 1 defend. We'll get rid of 1. And we're going to hit this elite. And of course it had to be this guy. Great. So, blocking is now 90% useless to me. Striking is 100% what I need to do. And I think I just block for the sake of blocking at this point. Alright, 6 damage is fine. Dagger's going to be really good. And I would love to play Well Laid Plans. I don't think that activates his Enrage effect, which is great. I don't want to activate it. I'm going to hold on to that, but I don't want to activate his Rage. All the strikes you could ever ask for, honestly. I'm going to save another strike. Oh, I'm just meant to save that. Whoops. Alright, we can debuff. Get a nice bit of striking in. So we do take a bit of damage. I don't like taking a lot of damage, but I'm starting to feel like I don't have a choice. Alright, I can neutralize again, dropping his damage even further. Get a couple of nice hits in, and I'm almost thinking a block is worthwhile here. Although, I do feel like he's just going to hit me anyway, so I'll just take it. I'll accept that damage. It's going to be hard next game, but next turn we should have lethal. There we go. Dead. When you exhaust a card, add a random card to your hand. Nice. Don't mind that at all. Unplayable if this card's discarded from your hand, deal 7 damage to a random enemy. Not so fond of it. I will take the deflect though right now. Need to just make it to the rest site hopefully without taking too much damage. So, we've got a pretty average hand I think right now. We can block all the damage and hit him, so that's a bonus. Neutralize it, less damage that way. Strike, strike, and block. Take 3, kind of disappointing. Don't really like taking damage. Although we do get the dagger spray, which actually fits really nicely. Okay, we're going to block all that damage again, and at the end of this turn I'll hold this deflect, which works out really well. Alright, outmaneuver, strike, another deflecting, and a little more deflecting, so we take even less damage. I really don't want to take any more than I have to. We're doing fairly well considering our low health. 10 and dead. Okay, phantasmal kill. On your next turn, your attack damage is doubled. I do like that one, although it could be awkward. I think finisher might be better. Deal for each attack played this turn. I do like that, so we will take it. I'm going to, of course, rest. I feel like it'd be a misstep not to at this point. And because that is a slime, I'm very tempted just to go this way. It's a risk, but it's better than hitting the elite right now. I don't really want to get hit too hard. Alright, what can I offer in exchange here? I don't really have anything, so I'm thinking we remove another defend. We're definitely going to heal again though. So one thing I don't like about the silent, you don't really keep much health. It makes it very difficult sometimes to go hard. At least we do get to block 90% of this damage. Alright, nice little dagger. And nothing else to actually play this turn. Really disappointing that I don't get to play anything nice. Do take a lot of damage though. Especially considering there's literally nothing here I can do other than block and basically just hope. So holding on to finish is going to be okay, but we're going to take so much damage this turn. I really don't like this run at all so far. Not for Slime Boss. Slime Boss is shocking to deal with in your first one. So, we have Survivor, which is great. I mean, it's a good solid block. Nothing else is that worthwhile to keep, so we're going to hold on to Finisher mainly because I feel like Double Strike plus Finisher is at least a good amount of damage. Although, if this is how this turn is going, I may as well hold on to my strikes. Because that's not going to drop below 70 this turn. So next turn, I should be able to guarantee the drop below 70 and get heaps more damage on them. Alrighty, so plenty of damage, I think, is the aim here. Definitely the aim. So 58 on each is a little bit obnoxious. Although I do hate dealing with this guy. Okay. Probably armored up a little too much. Alrighty, nice. Nice little kind of flash out there. Although we do need to be able to block this effectively. So it's going to be very, very difficult here. I should have been a little more careful. Because I think I'm dead actually to this. I've only got 31 health, and that's 32 damage. 1 over. Shocking first start of that run. Definitely going to give it another go. Sometimes, just not lucky. I think hitting that second elite was probably the wrong choice. Enemies in your next combat have 1 HP. That's probably the best option here, honestly, so let's take it. Alright, I can't really get to... Oh, I suppose I can get to elite if I take this path and get lucky here, and that way I can just beat this elite straight away. And basically just climb the totem pole from there, so that could work out quite nicely. Alrighty. No need to dilly-dally through the entrance. I'm going to take the flying knee. I really want that, so we'll take it. Alright, double of these guys, so I just need a couple of attacks. Dagger Spray is good. I do still love that card. Upgrade 2 cards, lose 14. Sure, we'll do it. And this guy, okay. Perfect guy to get hit on this. I do now have to decide which way I want to take this next couple options. Alright, we have 140 to work with. I'm thinking of just removal maybe. I don't really see anything else being too great here. So maybe we remove a strike because we've got so much other damage that's just better. And I think I'll take the heal. I know I could have smithed. Sometimes I think I should smith more, but some paths like this are just shocking. Who are we battling also? Ah, cool. So that should be interesting. Alright. Flying knee for 11. Get a good little bit of damage in. I feel like that was a pretty strong turn. Couple of nice dagger sprays. And we should just be able to block a little bit. Why not? Okay, again, a couple nice dagger sprays. Work out really well, although I do want to minimize the damage I take at least a little bit. So 13 kind of feels bad. I don't think it's actually possible to hit an elite on your first run like that. I always feel like I never could manage that. Now I think we're going to get weakened, which makes my life a living hell. Because now it's going to be really hard to deal the damage that I want to be dealing every single turn. At least with that, I should be able to maybe... I can just throw the fire potion. We'll just throw the fire potion. Not worth worrying about, I guess. Another dagger spray. I do like that AoE damage. I'm definitely going to hold on to that. Okay. Super interesting. That's dead. And I can remove this guy's armor. Just for kicks. Just for the kicks. Perfect. A couple of nice dagger sprays is exactly what I needed. That's why we run 3 of them. Another flying knee, just for gains. I really like having at least some gains. Needle and thread. Start each one with 5-plated armor. I do love that effect. I always feel it's a little awkward, but it's always a good thing to have. So, let's see how we start this off. We can hit these pretty well. I can block all their damage pretty much, honestly. So I think that's the way to go here. Just cash block all their unnecessary damage out. We do need to kill these at relatively the same speed, which makes them just a slight pain. Only slightly. Alright, another fire potion is great. I love getting those. Dagger throw, draw and discard. Could work in our favor. And of course, little guys. This is where dagger spray is amazing. Come on, dagger, do your job. Alright. Now, to work out what I want to remove here. Can't actually... Oh, I can kill that, I guess, doing it this way. It's just a little obnoxious. Oh, I should have killed this one. Whoops. Should have. Then I would have taken basically 0, so would have been better. At least it's not going to be hard to kill these next turn. 2-turn kill. Pretty fine with that. Dash, 10 block, 10 damage. Do like that card just a little bit. Definitely could save my skin. Remove card from the deck, heal 17. Where are we? We are heading towards an elite, so I might just take the heal for that. And if we can get dagger spray here, or 2 dagger sprays would be optimal, but perfect. That's amazing. A 5 clear in 2 cards. I love when that happens. Another dagger throw. Yeah, we'll take it. And this time I will fight the elite. Of course it had to be this guy, didn't it? Okay, at least we're running a lot more damaging cards now. So we're actually going to get a lot of damage here. Not quite half, but pretty good. And we are going to block pretty well too. So at least our first few turns are going to work out nicely. So a nice 15 block plus good amount of damage. Couldn't be happier, honestly. Alright, hit that, get rid of the block, a nice flying knee, and we'll add 8 more. So we only take 4 damage. I'll settle for 4 damage against an elite. I mean, if we don't draw damage here, there's something wrong, honestly. Nice, whenever you receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage, reduce it to 1. That could be a monstrous thing with this defense we've got here. Skewer is okay, I do prefer Whirlwind though. Actually, I don't know if Whirlwind's in this one, or whether it's in Ironclad, I always forget. Deal 5 damage if the enemy is weak, gain extra, or just a dagger throw. I'm going to take a single Skewer. Just because we are going up against the boss, which could come in handy. We've got a couple of really nice boosts, so we can actually get some really good damage. See, this is where like something like a flying knee is great. That's awesome. Removing that's fine, and we basically can maximize our damage now. May as well use Skewer. It's definitely still a better strike, even when used with 1 point. I'm going to have an extra point to work with next turn, so I'm really looking forward to that. Alright. So they're going to hit really hard, and it's going to be really difficult for me to actually do much against this. I think throwing the weak potion here is going to be beneficial, and throwing the armor up at least protects me a little bit. I might even throw the potion just preemptively. So 4 times 6 is a lot of damage, and definitely going to drop my plated armor down a bit. But we did minimize it to 2 damage thanks to that armor, so really happy with that. That's also only going to be like 1 damage each, so we don't even really need to block here. So kind of a toss-up between dashing. I think we just dash because it's more damage at this point. So we don't even take anything here. Alright, so that's 4. We'll add some more blocking stuff to it. And I'm going to just throw up the Survivor, I think. I don't have any reason not to. May as well just keep blocking. Although that does hurt a little bit. So kind of unfortunate. Looks like they're just going for buffs. Good for me. Good turn just to throw as much damage as I can at their face. Look at this thing's face. This is where something like Skewer is really good, although we get more damage out of a dagger throw and knife wind thing this time round. And now we get more out of Skewer. Okay, so we're not going to take a lot here. I think we're going to take an extra 1. We just lose the gate advantage that we had a minute ago. So we get to drop that down, throw the 8 damage, and we'll block a bit. I'd rather not take the damage if I don't have to. Okay, knee, strike, and I think we just block. That way I can discard the burn, not take any damage from it. And we block out all but 1 damage here. So our plated armor still kind of in effect, just very, very lacking now. It's done a pretty good job. So a flying knee and a dagger. Of course, this is a massive amount of damage, but if we prioritize getting our own damage off here, I think we're going to be in a good way. Also, is it 5? It is, it's 5, so even though that was meant to be 30 damage, because it was only 5 damage times 6, we're only taking 1 per hit, which is absolutely mental to think about. Okay, so we get to throw the burn away, which is nice, and we're only 1 damage off actually getting a kill here. Luckily we're only going to take 1 more damage. It's surprising we took 11 damage through this whole fight. Crazy to think about, only taking so little damage. What do we get? Alchemist, Doppelganger, and Tools of the Trade. So Doppelganger seems okay, although it does take up my entire turn, but it can be used to remove excess points, so kind of okay with that. Start of your turn, all enemies start with 2 strength. See, I don't like them starting with 2 strength. That's super irritating. Although I don't like 6 card limits on the Silent, I don't mind it too much on the other ones, but the Silent is really awkward when you have a 6 card limit. And Lizard Tail is good, definitely good. I really don't think I can come up with a reason not to take Lizard Tail there. I just really hate that 6 card limit. The amount of times I've been screwed over by it always feels bad. Alright, so Act 2. Let's see what we can climb up here. Thinking going this way through the Elite. Looks like we can hit a couple of chests, a nice shop, and some pretty good question marks there. Of course, we had to get the flying guys first. Hopefully we can get our couple of nice dagger sprays, and we do. They don't do much damage, but they're going to knock all of these out of the sky very, very quickly, so that does work in our favour. And we also get the flying knee, although Doppelganger will give us the same effect, but this does give us the damage, so I think that's the way we want to go. If we had a card that allowed us to gain extra hits based on how many cards we'd played that turn, I would have definitely used those X cards even if they cost 0. So, we get to hit something here. I think I'm going to keep my damage nice and spread out so far. I mean, there's no reason not to. We're not going to take any kind of lethal damage, and all their damage is actually limited to 1 anyway, even if they did pass this block. If I need to, I've got the potion, but I probably won't. I'll probably just try and dagger spray or something. And I think I'm just spreading out my damage as much as I kind of can. I don't really have a reason not to. They are going to all fly again, but I'm really not worried about that. We've got at least 1 dagger spray, which is enough to kill 2 of these. So that's always great. And the next one dies anyway, so worked out really well. Infinite Blades, I feel, is amazing. I always love that card, especially when it's innate. Okay, so he is defending, which means I do get the free turn here. And we did draw the flying knee, so that's good. Being able to set up our next turn really well. Especially now that we have that 0 cost card. The shivs. So, we want to be able to hit this. Probably dash. We can easily throw a neutralized for the extra damage. I really want to throw the knife. And I think I might. I might actually use this time instead. We'll draw 1 extra card and gain 1 extra point. Which will set up anything else we want next turn, I guess. Alright, so we can get a bit more damage in. It's very slow and steady, but we're getting there. I'm going to Survivor and defend. That way I don't take too much damage at all. We should actually be limited to 1 damage. Which does wonders for me. Alright, that should be more than enough block. His block's going to be a pain though. 15. An absolute nightmare to get through. At least we do have Skewer, which is nice, because Skewer's pretty easily killing him. So that's not so bad. We took like 1 damage that game. What do we want? Another flying knee maybe? Or well-laid plans? I do like the well-laid plans. At least one of those is always nice to have in your deck. Old coin. Yep, that's amazing. Okay, interesting, interesting. Definitely throwing that. Maximize damage. They are going to throw those spores out, which weaken me, so I don't like that much. As long as I can limit their damage these few turns, I should be pretty happy. Though that is useless, so that's kind of disappointing. I might actually just use it as a discard instead. Not that it makes any real difference. So 8 plus 5 is not quite enough to defend. I do have to throw another defend up if I want to defend all of this, which I really do. I don't really want to take any of that. And I have to take some anyway because I just realized it was 3 and not 2 attacks. Disappointing. So we'll throw a flying knee. I'm going to throw the doppelganger out for the rest and just shiv because I can. Really wish I wasn't being weakened, then my shivs would actually be able to bump through their defense here. Wow. Well-laid plans might work out in our favor. Shiv seems like it might be a huge disadvantage. And skewer is 5 times 7, so it's not going to be quite enough anyway. We really just don't have that many decent options going into this fight. I guess skewer. That's probably the best amount of damage I can get out of this. I'm going to hold on to the defend. Even though I don't want to, but I'm going to. Alright, that was rough. Alright, not much left on this guy. Hopefully we can take him out next turn. Would be nice. Okay, dash works out really well. Then we neutralize that damage and we go for another 3 and probably 8. And then we just have to block, I guess. We just don't have what we need to kill this right now. Not quite enough. Very, very close, just not quite there. But the shiv, of course, being just there. We didn't do so bad, considering that's probably one of the worst opponents I could face with this right now. Whenever you draw this card, add a copy of it to your hand, deal 6. I do love that, so we're taking it. I'm just taking cards that I enjoy to play with. If it works out, it definitely works out, I guess. Buy 3 potions, buy no potions. Yeah, we'll buy no potions. Who needs potions? I'm gonna rest, because we do have an elite fight. I don't really want to be at any kind of disadvantage here. Do want to get to that shop up there, which we should be able to make pretty easy. Of course, we had to get the minion follow one. Luckily, our dagger sprays should be very, very effective in this match. Alright, a nice dagger spray. A neutralize and dagger throw means we take 0 damage, so why not? And from now on we have shivs, so that's pretty positive. His strength is a little annoying. Okay, so we start with flying knee, we can set that up, we can shiv, dagger spray, and probably just block. Our block won't quite be enough, but I think if I drink this block potion here, we should end up with enough block. Or at least enough to minimize his damage, which it did. Very, very nicely. Another flying knee, shiv, and probably skewer this turn. Definitely pretty good. I do like the gold coin giving us 300. It's going to be really nice when we get to that shop, as long as we don't run into any thieves. Thieves will be super irritating. Come on, luck. Show me some good luck here. Alright, we get a pretty solid hit. They both need to take 6. Really, really well. We only have 1 defend. So I'm going to defend, we're going to shiv, and I'm going to try and get more cards. Along with a much better setup for next turn. Okay. Looking solid. So I think flying knee's our starter. Then we go for the neutralize. Nice little bit of dagger spray. Good shivs. Probably the strike and the defense there. Probably keep the strike because we're getting very close to having him within range. Although we do need to deal with these guys now, which I hate. Especially since I don't really have an immediate answer to them. I might actually just have to force this one. Yep. I'm not taking that damage. I'm definitely forcing it. Okay. Mummified Hand, whenever you pick up a power. Nice. Nice. Whenever you play a power, a random card in your hand costs 0. So we needed some powers to go with that, which we just don't have right now. Gain 6 block, add 1 shiv. No, we're gonna go backflip. Drawing cards. Could come in handy. Rest again, bump our health right up to near max. So now we won't have to rest again. Alright, double upgrade. Both, yeah, skewer's pretty good upgrade, honestly. That's way better than not having it upgraded. Okay, and we get the Endless Agonies. We don't actually have to use those here though. I might actually save the Agonies. We get to play the well-laid plans again. She's no doubt going to heal, which is a real problem. I don't like it when she heals. And there's no point in me really blocking, but I'm going to send the Agonies back to the deck. I'm going to hold on to a nice dagger throw, just so that we can get some recyclability off them and get like 4 of them for 24 damage instead of only 12, so since I can get away with it, I will do it. I'm going to take 10 if I don't block here. Well, it's going to be minimized, so we're really only going to take 1, but I'd rather take 0 personally. So we're going to block this. I am going to throw the doppelganger and just drop its defense slightly. I think that was the right move. These guys are a little bit of a pain, but once I can deal with one of them, the other one can fall quite easily. I just want to minimize what we're taking right now. Okay, that looks like a really nice hand. Especially with skewer times 10. Thinking dagger spray, dagger spray. Skewer's going to hit its mark just fine with a shiv. So we do take a little damage unless I use this, which I think I will. I don't really want to take that damage. I'm going to keep the good flying A. So we take 0. We've dealt some good damage. We've knocked one opponent out. All we need to do now is focus on this next one and we should be all good. Which with that draw, I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. So we do take just 1 damage. It's a little irritating. Good, a nice Endless Agony draw. Going to be very effective. Would have been nice if I could have drawn both the Endless Agonies, but we have enough anyway to go for game. So it definitely worked out. Enemy lose their strength, play X weakness. I don't like using that now that I've got everything else. We've already got 1 backflip and 1 dagger throw. Might just skip this whole draw. We've got 25 cards, which is about where I want to sit with my deck. I don't like to be too far over or too far under. Oh, ice cream. That's amazing. You can now dig for loot at rest sites. That's also actually pretty good. Where's our next rest site? Not until we get to there, so that's a little dangerous. Choose to go from your draw pile, place in your hand all the time, or gain 14 max health. I do like the 14 max health, so we're going to take it. What do we got left up here? Nothing really that I want to take. Fiery Potion might be good though. Yeah, alright. So we took a couple of relics. We got Ice Cream, which I love, I will tell you right now. Ice Cream is an amazing relic to get. The way it curves is just such an amazing thing. Now's the time to use everything we've got. As much as I can right now. Okay. Before they activate their effect. Perfect. I'll keep that one. Alright, now we're under Perplexing Gaze, not Glaze, which is a pain in the ass, honestly. That was a pretty good one though. I do like it when we get a nice one here. Now, if I can use minimal points to get the same defend, I can hold on to the rest. Which means my points will roll over and we'll start with 6 next turn, I think, with the extra one, so that's really nice. Alright, nice good dagger spray again. Throw that guy. Alright, I need a couple defends. That's pretty much guaranteed here. And I'm going to play that. Mainly because we get to roll one over anyway with that. Which is really good. So we're taking 0. We just need the next draw to be reasonable. Which, considering our hand, it's not as bad as I would think it could be. I mean, it could definitely be worse. we do have game on it anyway, so it doesn't matter. I was trying to think, I was thinking, are we in trouble, are we not? And then I realized its health was already at 4 anyway, so really zero issue against that. I'm going to take this direction. We're going to go for some nice stuff, hopefully. Ooh, some really nice stuff. You can remove cards at rest sites. That's tempting. I might actually token it and remove a card. What do I want to remove, honestly? Since we've got our relic now, I feel like Doppelganger is actually pretty useless, so I'm going to actually remove Doppelganger instead. I was going to remove a strike, but we've got our relic that rolls stuff over, so we don't really need to use the card anymore. Well-laid plans, make something 0. We've got the perfect thing for 0, honestly. Infinite Blade, Flying Knee is free, and Outmaneuver is free. So we'll roll that into the next turn and take advantage of it then. 7 points. Couldn't have asked for a much better one, honestly. So we can go for maximum damage, or we can really just focus on this, which I think is what we're going to do. That's free when I consider it. I'm going to throw this strike. And probably just backflip this. I was going to play a skewer. I'm going to hold on to it. Next turn we're looking at a pretty good amount of points as well, so holding it should be fine. And I really want to spend it when we've got lots of points. So if I can manage just to casually defend this while getting casual damage in and constantly upping the points the skewer's going to have to work with, I'll be very happy. Although he will deal massive damage soon. So we do have to be slightly careful. I don't know whether now's the right time to use skewer or not. But I'm going to roll a fair bit over. So we'll roll all of the rest over into the next turn. Kind of trying to keep skewer at a good point. Of course, those debuffs. Those are always going to hurt bad. He keeps getting armor too, which is super frustrating through that. It really makes it hard for me to get any substantial damage on him. So I'll just take it. At this point I don't have a choice. Okay. At this stage I just need to get as much as I can on top of him. I think that's the best way to handle this. And with how we're healing and blocking, I think it's fine. Alright, this turn is pretty reasonable. Outmaneuver. Set up our next turn again. Did backflip mainly so I can look for a card to use next turn. I think dash is a good one to keep. So we get 3 extra on top of our normal 3. And things are looking pretty good. Alright, I get to hold on to my strike, and we get to set up another couple of points to get back. Do your worst, okay. Then I shall. Not many cards left in my deck, honestly. It's getting pretty thin. Can I just block this out, maybe? I mean, we're going to block a lot. We're only going to take 1 damage, but overall 4 damage total. Once we factor everything back in. So that thing's basically free. He's going to go for some form of buff, so maybe this is the right time to use this. We just roll that extra 1 over. Because our weakening will wear off next turn, so we can actually go for some good damage, I guess, with Skewer, doing about 40 to him. We're not super aggressive, we're playing very passively, but it seems to be working in our favour. Okay, so I do want to throw the dash, for sure. He's dealing 19 times 3, which is an absolute monster of an attack. It's going to be really hard when I take everything from that. I kind of feel like I've just got to block. At this point, I don't have a choice. Blocking is my best option. It's rough skewering. This is really going to be difficult. Especially since my weaken turn isn't great. And his block is even higher now, which I didn't even notice before. Alright, I'm going for that. Screw it, I'm going to skewer him. I'm going to keep a dagger throw because that's beneficial to me. And I'm just going to have to work hard to get him down. I can't afford this every turn. His block now is absolutely monstrous. This is getting to ridiculous levels. We did remove his block, but... oh, I got rid of the wrong card. Whoops. I thought I was keeping a card, not removing one. We do have to take that, which hurts really bad. Oh my god, 19 again. This is why I don't like fighting this boss in particular, because if you don't beat him in the early game, you really just get wrecked in the late game. So at this point, I don't even think blocking's enough. Because that alone, 2 of those is 38. Even if I manage to block even part of it, it's going to be a lot. We have got 5 points. So I guess we just got to start this off. All I can do is block what I can for 11. Means we're going to still take way too much, but don't really have a choice here. It's the best I can do. I mean, I have no more cards left. I tried hard, and unfortunately, Lizard Tail is the only thing that kept us alive there. And I don't feel like we're going to be able to make that up in these few turns. Especially when we're not going to be blocking this turn at all. It does feel really bad. I can pass the turn, roll that over, get 8 for 80 damage next turn, and that's probably about it. We are just going to take 31. We've got to hope that he doesn't deal damage next turn. Which he doesn't, but he's going to raise his block status, which is going to make it even harder to get over him. So, our next best bet is to spend at least 1 point of that on the attack there, and spend the rest in this attack. Really dropping him down as much as we can. I'd love to draw Skewer again with a decent Skewer. I could probably finish him, but it's probably not going to be quick enough. Definitely not now. I don't think there's any way for me to block this much damage coming from him. I can block a little bit, so at least we can try, but I do feel like we're not going to block anywhere near enough in the long run. So we're blocking 20 of a large amount, I guess. But it's nowhere near enough. So unfortunate. Really didn't want to see this run end at the end of Act 2, but sometimes it's just how the Slay the Spire goes. You just don't quite make it as far as you want to. So, hopefully you guys did enjoy this run. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe for more Slay the Spire, and we'll be back next time with the Ironclad. See you guys.